How's it going, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about scams and what you could do to avoid them. All right, guys, so there's pretty much no way to ensure that you will never get 100% scammed ever on eBay. You know, it might happen a few times, but for the most part, these things I'm going to be sharing with you guys will prevent it, especially if you're a new eBay reseller. Pretty much the new eBay resellers are a target on eBay for scammers. If you have a very low rating on eBay in terms of how many feedbacks you have, you're going to be a huge target. People will send you a message saying, please text me on this number and I will buy this privately so we can both save money on fees. And when you're a new seller, that is very enticing and that looks very appealing to you because you don't really know what's going on eBay. You don't really know anything about eBay. So you're like, oh, screw it. So you message them and you might ship them the item and you can get scammed like that. So never ever, when you're first starting off, even me, I could get scammed like that. I'm never going to do a third party deal with someone through eBay unless it's someone that I've been dealing with for a while and we're talking about large quantities of money. You know, that's different. But someone like that, like, they're usually trying to scam you. I remember when I was living in Texas for a little bit, I sold a pair of Yeezys that I had for like $300 that I bought them like at Foot Locker or something like that. And I wanted to resell them. And I had been out of the eBay game for like 3-4 years or like 3 years or something like that. I hadn't done it in a while. And I remember someone bought it. They bought the item and I shipped it. And this isn't a situation where I didn't get paid. You know, then I shipped it out. I got paid. But what I did also is I lost my tracking receipt because I went and dropped it off manually. I wrote it out manually. I didn't have a label printer at the time. And they literally said that they never got the item delivered because I never added the tracking. I had no way of proving it because I lost my tracking receipt. So that was one way as well. Don't ever ship the item before you get paid. Always get paid first and then ship the item. That is always like a for sure thing that you're going to get screwed on. There's no way to get out of that one. Another way people try to scam you on eBay is that they buy the item, they pay for it, and they have a shipping address, and it's like a PO box or just a normal address. It doesn't necessarily have to be a PO box, but they'll message you right away saying, hey, I'm sorry, I don't live in this address anymore, and I want to get it shipped to this address. And it's in the same town, and it's kind of off. It's kind of weird. And they'll be like, oh, can you please send it to this one? I moved or this and that. And they'll tell you a little story, and it seems convincing. But, you know, for the most part, you can ship that item and they can say that the item was never delivered. You'll edit the address before you print the label and it's pretty much gets shipped out. And eBay keeps track of the address that they provided and you put a different address. So you can get a scam like this. But for the most part, it's not like this anymore. Back in the day, like, it was really hard for eBay to catch that. But now they look at the messages really good. Now that they have the new chats, they can see all the messages that people send. So if they send you like a different address and you input that, it's really hard for you to lose this time, but it's still like a possible thing because I know they've been a lot better with that. Another way people have scammed me personally and a lot of my friends that I know here personally that sell on eBay, and a lot of resellers, especially with electronics. So let's say you sell a big receiver and it has some important parts that the person needs. What they'll do is they'll buy the receiver, and let's say if you sell it for parts, or even brand new or pre-owned. They get the receiver and they part out the parts that they need. They take off the little pieces, the electrical components that they need, and they'll ship it back to you saying that it was not an item as described on eBay. So there's pretty much no way to get out of that one. Like, if people are sneaky like that, they'll literally get away with it. And normally it's not even that much of a weight difference. So let's say if someone buys a receiver and they send back a much smaller package, like, that's a clear way to see, you know, that they scammed you because the weight is different. But with like a big receiver, there's no way to see if the weight is like that much different because it's still a receiver. It's just missing a few pieces. There's no way to prove that the little electrical components are missing or the hard drives or anything like that with a big item. So that's one thing that when it happens, you kind of just have to eat the bullet and there's no way to get out of that one. It really sucks. So in that situation, the only way you could really get out of it or try to do something is by calling eBay. And the way I call eBay personally, I'm part of the eBay Concierge program. And the way you get into that is by having a third tier store on eBay, which is $300 a month, and they discount it out of my entire sales. I have over 10,000 items, so it's pretty good for me. It's anywhere from like 10,000 to like 35,000 items, that size store. And honestly, just the perks alone of having the There's literally a button that says, "Have me eBay call me," and they call me within 2 minutes when I click that button. It's super convenient. Monday through Sunday, they call me within 2 minutes. So that's how I get in contact with eBay. I guess what you would do is go to help, you click selling, and then you click selling fees and see if there's a button for them to call you. I know during the pandemic it was really hard for eBay to have like a customer service line for them to help you out. I know it's still pretty hard if you were like a lower tier seller, if you're just starting off. And the higher up you get, like the better they treat you. It just is what it is. But I know it is hard for some lower end resellers to, or just people that start off really, to get a hold of eBay. That was actually a problem for me back in the day. So what you got to do is have them call you. But for the most part, I think they've been a lot better with that. Comment down below if you guys are in that situation. If you guys can't do that, maybe I can help you out directly. But yeah, guys, for the most part, all around on eBay, I feel like there's only a few scams here and there, especially if you are, selling shoes, or if you're a buyer, you're afraid of, getting a pair of fake shoes and stuff like that. So, but for the most part, most of the scamming is done from the sellers. But when you're selling, this is a channel about people that sell, you do get scammed as well. eBay can only do so much. They can only control so much. And honestly, they're just going to be in the favor of the buyer. And that's just the way we have to look at it, so our heads don't explode when something bad happens. I'm making this video so you guys are aware of that before you start really getting into eBay and that happens, so you're not that discouraged. Just so you know that it's normal and it happens. When a loss happens, just take it as a learning experience, and try to do better the next time. Every single thing that I told you guys today, it literally happened to me already. Happened to my friend Colin, my dad, and other people that sell in my group. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below some ways that you guys got scammed before in the past. I'd like to see some stories from you guys. Comment down 3 eagle emojis if you guys are trying to get better every single day. My name is Dave Palermo, full-time eBay reseller. I'm gonna catch you guys later.